Most sellers think discovery is about asking questions. It's not. The biggest mistake sellers make during discovery is solving the problem too early. The moment the buyer mentions a challenge, many sellers jump into solution mode. They start explaining ideas, they describe features, they outline how they would fix the problem. And that's usually where discovery begins to break down. Most sellers believe discovery is about gathering information so they can present the right solution. So when the buyer mentions a problem, the seller feels pressure to demonstrate expertise. They want to show they understand the situation. They want to prove they've seen this problem before. But here's the issue. The buyer often doesn't fully understand their own problem yet. And when the seller jumps into solution mode too early, the conversation skips the most important, clarifying the problem, or what I call identifying the problem. Great discovery conversations feel very different. Instead of rushing to solve the problem, the seller stays curious longer. They explore the solution. They explore the situation. Lead with an insight. They ask questions that help the buyer think more clearly about what's actually happening. Because in complex decisions, buyers are not just evaluating solutions. They're evaluating risk. If the problem is unclear, the risk of making the wrong decision feels high. When the risk feels high, buyers slow down. They delay, they hesitate. But when the problem becomes clear, something changes. Doubt and uncertainty starts to disappear, and making decisions become much easier. Imagine a buyer says, "We're struggling with customer retention." The average seller immediately jumps to solution. They might say, "We help companies improve retention by implementing this plan tool, this widget, that gadget." But a great discovery conversation sounds different. It might start with a question like, why is retention becoming a problem now? How is it affecting the business? What happens if nothing changes? These types of questions help the buyer see the situation more clearly. When the buyer understands the problem more clearly, the path forward becomes easier to see. Discovery isn't about asking more questions. It's about understanding the problem deeply. And in complex sales, the seller who reduces uncertainty usually wins. So the next time you are in a discovery conversation, remember this rule: diagnose before you prescribe.